Baby, welcome back to the South Factory. Yeah, it's time. All right, so kind of reiterate on some stuff, take it back, get back on some basics, right? To kind of understand why we do what we do. We had some offline conversation before we get to record, but about the weekly range and why we do it, right? Somebody said, "Hey, what it means, why you mark that out, what that means." But really, to kind of get an idea of what's going on currently, we go to this is the weekly NASDAQ chart. So if you look at it, zoomed in, well, we are currently still in the previous week range, right? So that's telling me that we are ranging right now. We really ain't going down, really ain't going up. Let's bust it down to 1 hour chart. These session breaks. Put those in there. Let you know what time it is. Friday. Technically, this is what we at. All right, cool. Kind of show you. All right. Make that stand that. So if you look at it, right, the week really it went down to the low. Now we back at the high, but it haven't taken out either one of these levels. So when I'm looking at that, that's telling me like, all right, this is going to be an inside week. Next week we may get some play action, depends on the news break. The volatility is back, Big T back in office, so everything is up for grabs. Volatility been crazy lately, especially in the crude market. We're gonna get over there in a minute. But you got to understand, like, I want to know, are we making highs? Are we making lows? Are we growing? From a micro standpoint, you'll look at the chart on the lower time frames. We get below the 1 hour chart, you get a lot of price action going up and down, up and down, up and down. But you're really not understanding what's happening. So when you know, hey, we haven't taken out a high or a low, when it opened up like this, right? When it gapped down on that Sunday, boom, the Asian market opened on Sunday, right? I would like for us to continue down and took out this weekly low. That way I know for sure we got the sell side out of the way, right? We got this people, we got the low of the week taken out, and then that would have been smooth for us to trend up for the rest of the week, like we doing now, right? That's what I would have looked for. But we did not even do that much. We just simply rebounced, recovered price. So we took this gap back. All right. So we totally took that gap back. It's cool now. Got that back in control. But this number the range. So what's gonna happen here, right? You got this nice little fair value gap on the 1 hour chart on the table, but is it really legit because it really didn't displace price? Look at it. Let's zoom in. Still gonna highlight it because price like to return to these areas. Did it? Oh, wait a second. Wait a second now. Oh, no. Wait a minute. There we go. Wick past it. Didn't get a strong close, but it did wick past it. So it did kind of, it touched it. Like the people that did before they got touched. Now, as you see, we back up here, right? Like I said, it came back to the zone. Now we're starting to do a little consolidation. Will the market drop? Will this be the top of the range? Will it be, or will we actually taking out the highs, right? I believe we got a lot of news this week. We got non-foreign payroll, so we could get some type of high taken out, or it could just dump back down because we're really not sure. We had a crucial point just to make a break, or are we just going to shoot past this and actually put some highs in for this week? I seen Microsoft taking a dip, Amazon took a dip, Apple took a dip at the open of the bell, AMD took a dip to the low side, right? So if the NASDAQ is going down, let's get over to that watch list real quick. If the NASDAQ is going down on the top 10 holdings, right? If everybody was kind of like sliding. So we kind of got like a mixed signal here, right? Apple kind of came in negative today. Microsoft did good. Nvidia kind of had a little bit of recovery from this week down action. All right, Facebook definitely up. You know, Broadcom up, Google down, Costco is actually up. They performing very well with that controversy that's going on right now. Yeah, they dropped that AI crap again. They trying to drop their AI, so I guess them dropping that dropped them, right? That's what happened with them, JC. But when you look at it, who's some of their top holdings? Unless they reweighted the NASDAQ again, because you know they like to rebalance this. I got to go double check. It should be in order. Nvidia was number 1 and 2 at the moment, but you see they gap down. They're trying to get back to this gap of 128. They kind of bounce up, right? That's what they like to get back to, but we still kind of down here. If they get back in there, that'll be lovely, right? If we get back in this gap, 128, boom, that's a $12 gap. No, $13 gap, right? If they at least get halfway by 650, that'll be a nice play too. So that's still on the table. Long as they do the recovery, a lot of stuff came out because of that deep seek smoking them out, right? Then they saying people stole chips, they were sold illegally, blah blah blah. A lot of whatever crap going on. But you need Nvidia to perform well tomorrow because there's only 2 more days left in the market, right? If Nvidia perform well, then we got what Microsoft talking about. So let's see what they talking about. So Microsoft actually took a dip earlier this week. Now it is looking over here. Like, okay, what they got? They trying to pull it up. We got a little base on the 1 hour chart of consolidation down here at this low, forming some support. So with some good news, we can see a pop, probably get that weekly high out the way. But that's going to let us know that we expanded the weekly range, and we'll possibly see another bullish week if it follows the same tempo. At least the first half of the week can be bullish if we take out the previous week. So let me show you what I mean by that, right? So let's get back over to EQ. Let me show you from past experiences. No. It's like the Isaac Newton say, right? Things in motion stays in motion. Oh, yeah, that means. Do. So clean that up, right? So you notice we've been actually sideways for a while, but I'm gonna take you to an example of when we wasn't. All right, cool. So let's go over here to this candle. This is an easy explanation right here. We're gonna swing over here. Then I want to hit that rewind. I just want to focus on this so y'all can get the point I'm trying to say. So notice when they took this week out, even though it was a week, wasn't a strong close, but the following week was even stronger push. Things in motion stays in motion, right? So they taking out these weekly levels. You can at least expect, hey, it should open up here. You may get even if you get a retracement, right? They still will give you enough time to play that. So let's drop down to a 4 hour chart real quick. We want a little more candles, right? So this was that Sunday of this week, right? Boom, it opened up. That little sideways doji we got, right? But then when it opens, there's some that should be closed for that. Yeah. So that's the new one. It's a 4 hour chart real quick. So when you got that open, great. It followed the same trend. Even if it did pull back, it's still going to follow that same trend. So that's why it's important to understand where you're going at in a weekly chart, because it makes it simple to simply say, I'm going to play in this direction, because if they're taking out the highs or they taking lows, 9 out of 10 are going to keep following in that direction, especially on major levels like daily levels, weekly levels, and monthly levels, even yearly levels. Those are all key important levels I like to pay attention to. The hourly levels or the session levels from the Asian, London, New York section levels getting taken out. Those do move markets, but that's more of like a range trade, scalping trade. You get what I'm saying? So, feel me on that, you feel? Yeah, that's all I want to touch on that. But we're gonna slide on over to the crude oil side. This it was some action in that thing. Hey, I'm gonna tell you that right now. It been drill, baby, drill. Cheese been slide. Okay, cheese been slide. Now it ain't even gonna joke with you because of the simple fact these boys wanted the price up. They ain't getting it. We getting some nice little play action. Like today was very good setup. Loved it. It's fun, exciting, whole little game. Right. This was a great day right here. So this what I mean. Um, this is your Monday low. Um, Tuesday was a fantastic day for oil trade. I also took that and took today. Well, so what happened? Oh, I'm tipping. So going into the London market, I mean the Asian market, boom, broke down, right? Boom, boom, boom. All London broke down. Boom. Put in our low a day on Tuesday. By the time that happened, it's an easy little thing to do. Market a high to the low because we still is bearish, right? Easy target for you is a 618. They love it. That was a perfect entry for the short position to go back down to set you up for the next day's sell off, right? Because this is a higher time frame setup. But that whole entire day, when the New York market opened up, get down to the 12-minute chart real quick. Squeeze the bottom. Well, right at New York open, boom, straight price action. That's one hell of a trade, right? I tell you. And you already had a target, 200 ticks up. Easy. But that's just a simple model. It cannot go down so long. And then when they're taking out a major level, which was a daily level, right? That's what you got to keep in mind. That was a daily level. So when they took that level out, boom, we actually up a little bit low. This is the lowest point on Monday. I try not to be too much of a stickler about this, but I can catch that level low. Yeah, I think that was it. But when they took that level out, there was liquidity there because the people who probably would have done whatever went long over here, they can have stops there. But people will buy it up from this position here. And if you don't take your money off the table, guess what? They will come back, take those levels out. They like to take out previous day levels to expand the range, the same range expansion to the downside. Right? This what I mean. They taking out lows. Okay, cool. They put in a new low. Great. They retraced it back to where golden ratio. Then from there, they commenced to sell off again. Right? So now we operate in this new range, and it's a SOS type system, right? When you go into the market, when I'm looking at this market and I want to know where I'm going to go, I'm just following the trend here. I'm not making this complicated. I'm not trying to do anything fancy. I'm just going to be marking my levels off every single day. And I'm just going with the flow. I'm not doing nothing crazy. I don't got no fancy indicators. Just a simple horizontal ray line. That's it. It's label. I took a little bit of time out, made it fancy, put a label on it, right? But you follow it, that's what we doing. Ooh, going low. That's it. Now, with Thursday on the table coming up, how low can we really go, right? Is this the low of the night? Are we going to be done for Wednesday, right? And will it start reversing up, back up to retouch this trend line, probably hit a moving average, something of the sort, rebalance price, and then shift back down? But we know for sure we in an inside market, well, a bear market. Most markets are going inside, but today is going to be inside day because of having to escape the Tuesday range. Probably get there overnight. It's only what 30 some cent it would take to the low Tuesday low. Yeah, 30 cent from the previous low. Current price 58 cents. They can do that overnight. If they take that out, boom, maybe get that reversal back up, rebalance price, and keep shifting downwards. With the production of oil is going up because the U.S. is drilling again, we should see lower gas prices and lower price per barrel. It just law of nature. Everybody else can start cutting back their supplies to kind of do whatever, but they ain't about that. Tariffs are getting slapped on boys left and right. That boy sound like Denzel Washington on Training Day. I'm gonna put cases on each and every one of you. Yeah. That boy literally got boys playing basketball in Guantanamo Bay right now. Same. That's what I heard. But yeah, but this is what I'm paying attention to, right? Carefree trading, simple setups, nothing fancy, nothing crazy. Now here's the fun part. Like today, when I seen this price sliding down, I'm like, okay, cool. This is my little range here. I said, so all I did was I took this previous little high. Yes, this one. I knew price wasn't going to go up too high because it was already super bearish. And when the market was about to open up, just waited. Got up here, touched 618. Once again, that's your entry. I'm trying to tell you, crude oil like the 618. Once price came back to the golden ratio with all this little confusion there, it tried. Some people may say, hey, try to sweep the London high, blah, 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 but it didn't. It didn't get that. It just stopped at 618, perfect. And then a nice little even start. She slid off the cracker. It was done for the rest of the day. This was your second chance opportunity at 1048. But after that, smooth selling to the dirt. But you already had your entry sitting there waiting at the 61%. You'd have been good. Go chick. No more, none less. No mas. You feel me? Stay smooth out here. But this is what I mean about trading a range, understand range expansions, understanding multiple day setups, taking your time, not being rushed, waiting for price to get to key levels. Because if price don't get to key levels, you should not trade them. If price is just taking out, run and wait for it. Let it get back to a key level. Then you have prime opportunity to take advantage. Because let's say, hey, if I wanted to, from here back to zero, right? That's 53 ticks. If I wasn't sure how low crude oil was going to go, I can at least play it back to support, right? From resistance to support, support and resistance, time, easy, basic trading, support and resistance, right? So I can at least play it back to that level and take advantage of that. But if I wanted to, I can also take it to my negative fibs, right? Negative 27, negative 618, right? And that's 100 ticks. $0.05, baby. $0.05. But I'm gonna put 100 ticks on that, and I'll be calling it smooth. You would have been played out that you was trailing price. This would have got you right with that little evil spike, or it could have been a second chance opportunity to add another contract. You really was heavily committed to this trade, and you could have rolled it on down with extra money. But follow your trading plans. If that wasn't part of the plan, don't do it. Never detour from the plan. Stay with the plan. Follow the plan. Plan is your friend. You wrote that plan for a reason because it works. Do not detour from the plan. Don't start adding things as you get into the trades. That's the fastest way to getting yourself smoked out. I've seen a lot of people blow a lot of accounts because they want to start, editing the plan. They want to start making adjustments on the fly. It doesn't work well that way. You must follow the plan and see it through by all means necessary, right? You must see the plan through. When you start making these adjustments, you will detour from the plan and you start compounding mistakes because you start making unplanned adjustments. If it's not going the way you think, you simply have your stop loss in place, take your L, get out the way, have a nice day, go on with your life. It don't take all day. You're here in front of the screen all day, binge trading, compounding losses, compounding mistakes, compounding bad mindset, compounding fear, compounding anger. You are not going to last long. Start of the year, build some discipline. Whatever it takes, build some discipline. Man, it's all right, Jason. It's all right, dog. It happened to the best of us, big dog. It happened to the best of us. We all get that one week, take a smooth out the game, and then it continue on in our favor. But it happens. We got to count those days. It be like that. It's days like that, right? Trust me. I was in one play. I moved my stop loss in profit. I mean, the moment I moved in profit, they came back. Boop. And the crazy thing about it was, if I would have just locked in 2 ticks, give or take, that's probably like 5%, just cover my fees and make a little change off of it, right? If I would have done that, I would have still been in that trade to get the full TP. But I was like, yo, let me just lock in a little more because I was like, I don't want to lose all of this. Let me just get this. That'll be nice. And by saying that, they wake me out and boom, it is what it is.
I definitely did that to me today, fam. So I was right before lunch. So I put the I came up the VWAP and I was going my stop was at the VWAP. So it's going up. So when it went up, it pulled back. I added 5 more contracts. So then I was like, you know what? I don't know what this thing gonna do. So let me trail it. As soon as I trailed it, it wicked me out, and that baby went up an extra $2.50. Man, I was like, you got to be shitting me.
Yeah, dog, that happens. Now,
Yeah. Down to the VWAP and everybody took profit. So I was like, let me go ahead and trail it. They go ahead and lock some profit in. As soon as they pull it back and I go ahead, I do an extra 5 contracts on there and they wake me. I was like, you can't be serious. Yeah, they got me. It's
well,
cool. Like I ain't lose nothing though. I locked in some
yeah, that's the
profit,
point.
but you know,
You made money.
yeah, yeah,
Sure.
yes, sir, yes, sir.
On the real, the only problem was you didn't make what you knew you could have made.
Yeah, right,
But
right.
at the same time, you still done the right thing. So you can't get in the mindset and say, oh man, I ain't gonna do that again. That was stupid. No, you did the right thing because if it would have worked, you would have pat yourself on the back, like, man, look at that good risk management. That was carefree trading, da da da. You had a legit concern on why you should not let it ride. You had a legit concern saying, son, I just added to this position. I got profits on the table. Let me be proactive and secure the bag before I get out here and start bragging. You always know I like to say secure the bag before you brag. You feel what I'm saying? So by you securing it, you guarantee you got money on the table. It's locked in. Now you got some money locked in. So if anything happens, you still green for the day.
Right.
Because what if it would have not wick you but kept going in the wrong direction?
Yep. That's yep. Because I was going. My original stock was the VWAP. So yep, you're right.
In
But
most cases,
and what's sick with like I'm looking at the whole time like man, no, it ain't going up. It ain't going. It's got to stop. That baby just kept on going. I was like, man, this crazy.
but here's the thing though, right? Here's next thing. The worst case scenario, this happened to me before, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Is I added to the position. It went and kept going against me. I cut the position, and then it goes my favor because
Oh
I didn't have
yeah,
the stop loss in place, right? On
right,
the option trade. And I'm like, damn, dog, I just had to sit through a little bit of red. But since I didn't have a plan in place to stop the bleeding at a certain level in time, and I didn't plan on adding to that position, I tricked myself off the streets, caused me to lose money, even though it was actually going in my favor, but I wasn't correct at the time that I was in the trade. I was
right, right,
correct about the direction, but I wasn't correct about the time. My time was off.
right.
You
And I
feel me?
was playing dirty. I was on a zero DTE too.
There you go.
Yeah.
So when you really think about it, you gotta understand those one and done straightforward type
Yep.
trades. You
Yep.
cannot you can't sustain a pullback.
Right.
You really can't. That's why I did that. Because the moment that price juke, it's done. That contract, the value go to zero quick.
Right.
Quick, fast, and hurry. That's why we should typically at least try to go for a next day contract. But if you're gonna do a 0 day, you got to go real quick, and you just got to get up out of them.
Yeah, I
And
seen
if
when
you
they broke. I seen when they broke the VWAP when it was going up to the when it was
yeah,
breaking out. That's why I took the zero DTE because I was like, it's right before lunch. My out is the VWAP. So as soon as they pull it back and hit touch that VWAP, then that's why I was trailing it, and then it snapped back, and then that thing got the move. And I seen the price of what I would have had. I did the math. Oh man, I was so sick.
well, here's the thing though, right?
Yeah,
If that thing would have went sideways for 2 3 minutes, you would never got that number.
you're right. You're right.
You feel me?
Yeah, I
So
seen the
that's only
bullshit all
true.
morning though. I seen that
Yeah.
bullshit, and I was like, yeah, I like it. As soon as they broke through that baby, I was like, everybody. I seen them candles start lighting up. I was like, all right, yeah, they about to make the move right quick, because everybody, you know what I'm saying, like chess, everybody's
Yeah.
waiting for that move. So yeah, it's cool.
That's the whole thing, though. It only those contracts only good for a single direction. They ain't good for pullbacks
Oh
because
yeah,
the data the delta on them start tearing up,
oh yeah, you
and it,
told me about that. I learned the
yeah,
hard way. Yeah, I
yeah,
usually do 2 days or like you said
yeah.
like a week.
That's what I mean. It because you can a weekly you would have been cool. You
Yep.
would never got stopped out. You feel me? You would never got stopped out. But with that 0 day expiration, once that thing shoot, you gotta go because the
Yeah.
moment it goes back, well, guess what? That thing go to zero. I remember one time what was trading XPX, 0
Oh
day
man.
expiration,
Woo!
10
You
minutes,
was on that Chrissy.
10 minutes to close, right? So we'll do
Yeah.
it like 10 minutes with the power hour volatility move, right? So I got in the contract 30 cent, shot up to 300, shot back down to zero, and
Woo.
shot back up. I was like, oh,
What time frame was you on that did that?
man, it was. I was trading on a lower time frame, but the contract did that. The volume of the contract, you feel me?
Okay.
The contract would because it was 0 day expiration
Yeah,
and it's
yeah,
only 10 minutes left in the market. So the probability of it's going in the money is so low where
yeah,
any distance, any bump, any pullbacks, the contract will go to zero on them.
yeah. I know Bucky
So
told me to try that, and I got killed messing with the XBS trying to do that in the last 5 minutes. Like you said, it's
exactly.
one little pull is that
You
contract
can't
dead.
you cannot hold it. So the first time I'm like, oh man, this is up. I said I just made turn 33 to 300. I said, oh, this trial run. I said, oh, I'm hooked. That's what I said. I said, I'm hooked now. I go running again next day. It did that crap. Even though it went back in my direction, the contract never recovered
You're that
because it
right,
went
right,
back in my direction fast enough and I'm sitting on a loser. Even though
right.
it's going past the entry, it's just up, it's a loser.
And that's super sick.
The volatility is not there, it's not moving, and it's the last minute of the day on a 0 day expiration. So you can play yourself if you want to, but when his money is on the table, it's all good. And
Right.
keep it away. You feel me? Like once it's money floor, hey, get that money off the table real quick. Go on and get up out of there. You want to add to that position, you really think gonna do something, get a next day contract.
Yes,
At least
sir.
at least you can kind of play the volatility. It still move. The next day contract still move. They move
Yeah.
almost the same, but you won't get tricked off the street so quickly when they do the pullbacks and start doing backs and forth and stuff.
Facts.
Yeah, you know this.
Yeah. That's what I said. I was playing. I was like, man, I'm gonna grab these zero DTs. Them babies was moving so fast because I knew the play. The play was once it come off the V, if it draw back to the V WAP, I'm out. I'm gonna trail it. So that, like you said, what I didn't know is what you just said when you said because that was a zero DT when it went back, it snatched me out. I mean, that wick it hit me so like as soon as I added to the position and then it wicked me out. Like then the next candle, I was like real fast. I was like, man, it can't be serious, and it kept going. I was like, I ain't about to jump back in there and get tore up because it's already past what I wanted to do.
Yeah, but that's the game though.
Yeah.
So on that note,
I went to the gym. I was so frustrated. I went to the gym and then end up just waiting it out to like power hour and I caught a move on the volatility. I caught the volatility on the last 10 minutes power hour. Caught a nice one. So I mean, I got back.
so I'm talking about
Yes,
victory.
sir. Yes,
All right.
sir.
Yeah, man. Well, that's it, man.